Hello, Collective. This is Grand Madam with a different type of reading today. I'm going to do a reading for the single and celibate but looking for romance collective in the group. Okay? What I've done differently, instead of just letting the cards fly, I've set up an outline almost to the point of using a research method in this issue here. I'm going to ask the questions: what are the blockages to you finding romance if you're celibate and single and don't want to be? What caused your singlehood and celibacy? What needs to be said to you, possibly by an ex or someone you may currently be with, living with, but celibate, living in separate bedrooms and that kind of thing? What you need to know and what needs to heal. If you can see, I'm using almost every deck I have. Okay, ignore the kitchen. I've started out with the Dark Goddess deck for the blockages. And what I'm saying is kind of interesting. I didn't expect this. Some I did, others I just might have a question about, which is why I read cards. All right? Tarot reading is a psycho-spiritual method of self-knowledge. So let's go. The first card that popped up was Inara's Trickery. Unlike the Deceit card, this is an actual and deliberate action of trickery. Now, I don't know if that's on your part or another person's part, but trickery is one factor. You don't want to be tricked, afraid of being tricked again. Or you may have been the person doing the trickery and it blew up in your face. The second card is the message from Goddess Shange about obsession. Celibacy can be an obsession. The opposite of I'm going to have them and nobody else is going to have them. I've got to have them. In this case, it very well could be that, or it could be I'll never love again. I'll never have sex again. Obsession. Now this card threw me. Temptation. I'm going to have to throw cards down on that because I don't understand. If you're so tempted, why not? And then there's Calyx Endurance. This is your celibacy. It's almost like a discipline. It's going through, this is beyond a dry spell because this type of endurance can last for years. And some of you have been celibate and single for years. This is who this reading is for. Now you're ready to resurrect and get back in the love stream, or at least the romance stream. So let's see what happens. Card at the bottom of the deck, Hubris. Hubris is the pride before the fall. And for some of you, celibacy could be the fall. So we'll see. I'm going to pull out the before deck, the after deck, the sex magic deck, healing angels, spiritual crystals deck. So let's see what this is. We're going to start with the trickery. How did trickery cause your celibacy and singlehood? How did trickery cause your celibacy and singlehood? We're going in with this, folks. You see, Grandma just put her glasses on so she can dig deep and see what she's looking at. Okay. How did trickery? Is this it? No more after this? Okay. All right. How did the trickery cause someone to be single and celibate? Single and celibate, Nine of Pentacles. Okay. What else, Spirit? Apparently, some of you were looking for a future, but you got a message instead that said, there's no harvest here. There's no future here. See the merchant? This is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands, you set out your siege, you sent your ships out to sail to bring back goods from foreign lands. In this case, you got a letter, a message. And the message says, all the ships were sunk at sea. There's no future here. So some of you feel that you were tricked in a relationship with no future to it. What else, Spirit? And it did have, this is the past, Six of Cups. See, little boy and girl, friends from the past. Planting seeds. They're planting flowers. They're planting a garden for the future that never came to be. And here also that fell out was the card of the Fool. Now in this card, the Fool stops to smell the roses and pick a few, but the dog is barking. There's something wrong here in this rose patch. Something you're not seeing that can block your new beginning. One more card, Spirit. So it was something you didn't see while you were in the rose garden of romance. What was it, Spirit? Oh, good God. Death. Some of you are in a situation that turned your entire life around. Others of you, your mate passed away. You have my deepest sympathies for that. That seems to be happening a lot these days in 2020. And others of you, your relationship just came to an abrupt end that you don't even understand why it happened. They ghosted. Okay. So why this under trickery, Spirit? Why is death under trickery? Other than it damn near killed you, why is death under trickery? Some of you really feel that you were set up. This is someone leaving the castle, leaving the party, leaving the festive occasion. At the bottom of the deck, some of you were just simply ghosted. This is the Knight of Wands. Many of you moved out of the home. Okay, so this deals with the trickery. So that tells me some of you were in live-in situations that just abruptly ended. Okay, so what is the obsession? We're going to move over to Shanghai. What is the obsession? I'm telling you now, this is not going to be a quick reading, okay? So you may have to put this on pause and do whatever you have to do and come back to it later. Some of you are even feeling that you were set up, and you probably were. And for that reason, many of you are just healing and going through the review of the relationship, trying to figure out what happened, but you don't have the knowledge yet. And until you do learn what happened, you are being celibate, which is wise. So now, Spirit, guide me. What is this obsession? Shange's message of obsession. What is this about? Come on. Hmm. Okay. Thank you. Somebody is obsessed with running away from relationships. Knight of Wands again. Wait a minute. Didn't mean to pick him up. Okay. Well, maybe I did. What do they call him? Back in the day, they call him the runaway lover. Somebody who can't handle commitment. Um, as soon as they're trying to be held accountable for something, they run away. That's like a bit of narcissism there. So you were blessed. Some of you may have run away. Yeah, look, anxiety. Some of you are obsessing over what happened in the past to the point where you're not functioning in the present. It's time to let it go. You can't even sleep. Come on, it's time to let it go. Why they left, you know, they chose to leave. Why did they choose to leave? They could not handle commitment. That's not your problem. That's their problem. It hurts you, yes, but that is their problem. That sounds like someone was involved with a narcissist. It's all your fault. And they have 100 reasons why it's all your fault, never looking at themselves or being accountable to themselves once. And now some of you are seriously obsessed with trying to get a relationship off the ground. Now is not the time, dear. Now is not the time. Before you can get off the ground, you've got to heal yourself. And with this, you're still going on about this. It didn't get off the ground because the conditions were not right. Okay? And you were just, don't obsess over that. The conditions were not right. The people involved were not right. The person you selected was not right. Got it? And in some sense, in some instances, maybe you were not right, not ready for what a relationship demands. And a relationship demands accountability. A relationship demands nurturing, nourishing. That relationship, you have two people in one relationship. It's like a triangle. So everybody has their part to do to build that relationship, and it wasn't there. The materials were not there. That's all it was. The materials just were not there. One more card on this chariot and obsession. That's what went wrong. That's all it was. You can let it go now. Instead of hold yourself hostage. What? Okay, hold on. And one wants to pop out. I'll let it drop. Hold on. Whoa, I didn't see this over here. Mm-hmm. Some of you are trying to come at peace with a message of financial security or a message, some type of offer of commitment. By building your work life back up. Oh my goodness. Some of you some of you have gone back to church behind this. Others of you are trying to meet people or work on yourself through institutions, organizations, being volunteering and things like that. Some of you are trying to meet people on the job and it's just not happening. It's not happening because they can still feel and see the regret in your eyes. Hmm. And some of you, this is feminine energy, Queen of Cups, very emotional, have taken your cup of love and just gave it to the dolphins to just go toss it in the sea. Okay? Not wanting to feel again. Mm. I mean, to the point of creating a lifestyle around it. Celibacy. Celibacy caused by pain, emotional pain. Now we're going to move over to temptation. Some of you are doubting yourself, and you're doubting yourselves because you went after that person that hurt you and left you in the lurch, and now your confidence is like dwindling. Others of you are playing little tempting teasing games. I know I can get you, but you'll never keep me. You'll never get me. Give me a card for strength and temptation, dear woman's message. Spirit. And others of you are resisting temptation and offers from others, more than likely because you see the same thing in them. And that's a good thing. Stay celibate. You don't want a repeat of the last thing. Ooh. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles is not holding her coin in this. Hold on a second. There's a snake in the tree that's trying to hand the Queen of Pentacles her coin. And she's got both hands down. I don't want that. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. This is a person who is nurturing and caring and can handle money. Security is extremely important for her. But in this case, it's like, I don't need you to take care of me. Even though it's tempting. I've been with wealthy men before. Look at this. And some of you have really turned, male and female, have turned into the Queen of Swords. She is giving her crown to this little sheriff. Here, take this. I don't, This queen is the type of person who's been through an emotional turmoil, who now is only accepting the facts. Show me the facts about love and romance. I'm not interested in everything else. I'm ready for study. Here, you can take this crown. I'm not wearing it anymore. I've got some analysis to do. I've got some research to do. I'm going to study this before I get back into this mess again. And here, look at this. Sword, is that a stone or is that's a stone? Take a good look at that. Do you see that hand? That is an old hand. It is very strong still. But that hand has taken that sword of truth and jammed it straight up into that rock. Do you see the crown and the beads, symbols of royalty, on the ground? The truth came out, and it came out in a very harsh way. The stone cold truth of the situation came out. And now basically you just don't want to be bothered. And that's how you carry it. This is your attitude right about now. That's your mental attitude right now. Okay? Card at the bottom of the deck, the devil, which can indicate fear, toxicity. And some of you had, who the heck's knocking on my back door? Some of you may have sex addictions. That's another thing. That's a little beyond the scope of this reading, okay? And so part of your therapy is celibacy. Did all this? Okay. So, temptation is a problem for someone. So now they are going through, they're learning sexual discipline. That's a good thing. You better be disciplined out here. You can't go jumping off on anything that looks good, because everything that looks good is not good for you. You may have a sweet tooth for chocolate and love chocolate, and you see this chocolate candy in this box, and as soon as you put it in your mouth, ugh, it tastes like crap. But you love chocolate, see? You're going to have to read the box to see what's in it. Is this real chocolate? No, it's imitation. Yeah, there is imitation chocolate. There's definitely a difference in chocolate from the way it was back in the day to the way it is today. Moving on to Kalex's message of endurance. So far we see some of you are celibate because you feel that you've been tricked and set up in a toxic romance that went nowhere, where plans were made to live in together or marry. They just fell through because the partner ghosted, up and just left. Not even an argument. Others of you are obsessed. If I can't have this person, I'll have no one. Come on. Still others of you don't see the value of it at all anymore, while others are using sexual discipline. You're disciplining yourself, your mind, your body, your emotions because of your sex addictions that you are aware of. Others may not have sex addictions, but they know there is a history of having the same type of relationship over and over again, and you've got to stop until you figure this thing out. Okay, that's cool. So far, we're good. We're making sense. Now, Spirit is going to give me a card of endurance, which to me reads like your discipline because it's sitting right next to your temptation. But let's see what this card says. Now, it's going back to the message, okay? At the bottom of the deck, yeah, judgment. And right next to it comes resurrection. So you've made the right decisions. You're making the right decisions for yourself. So, we know the causes of the singlehood and the celibacy. Nothing strange, nothing unhealthy, except for the sex addiction, but that seems to be under control too. So now, for some of you, those who were stuck, got caught up in the ghosting scenario, I'm going to pull out my cards, what needs to be said to you by the other person, or what it is you need to know. So, Spirit, what does my single and celibate looking for romance collective need to know? What needs to be said? For those who got caught up in the ghosting scenario, what needs to be said? Yeah, there were delays and false starts. That's what it was. Self love is self protection. Look out for yourself first. If you find that you are not getting the love that you want, it's time for you to pull back emotionally, if not altogether. You were disconnected in that relationship, so there wasn't a connection like you thought. You know, some people can actually fake a connection, but an actual connection is something that is it's on a soul level. That's how deep it goes. Regardless of whether you're with this person or not, you can hear their thoughts. You can feel them when they're going through things, and they can feel you. That's connection. Not this, oh, but you make me feel real. I love you so much. That's not connection. That's somebody else making you feel good about you. You can do that for yourself. Okay? Yeah. Look, trust destroyed must be rebuilt. Trust yourself in making the proper choices and doing the right thing for you first. What did I just say? Rebuild trust. I did shuffle these cards, right? Okay. So that's what needs to be said. Oh, yeah. Be accountable. Be accountable. That's at the bottom of the deck. So, okay. Now, what you need to know. I wish that was I supposed to read for that. No, that's what you need to heal. Ah, what you need to know, romance angels, about your singlehood and celibacy. Tell us, Spirit, what you need to know. One more. Okay. For some of you, lifestyle and religious factors were different, too different to be reconciled. Well, um, it's not so much too different as no one wanted to come to any commonality. No one wanted to yield. It says religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. So you were already unequally yoked. Okay? But it doesn't make too much sense to try to marry somebody or be in a union with someone if you're a God believer and they're an atheist. Come on now. That's conflict city. That doesn't work. And yet you can be of different religions. And then you just find the commonality and you move forward together. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. Make the effort next time. Make the effort to find out what is really what. Who this person really is, who you really are. Make the effort to understand what you're dealing with and who you're dealing with. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Well, you're already separated, you're celibate. Some of you are single and celibate. Others of you may have had children that came between the two of you. Your love life is being affected by children. Now, that's another thing. Single parenting. You definitely do not want different people coming into your home around your children. You have to protect your children. You've got to protect yourself because you don't want them influenced. When you hurt, they hurt. And you know it's not fair to them. Okay? How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the last one. Give your next relationship a chance. Work on it. Work on it. Some of you are in relationships, sleeping in separate bedrooms. Work on it. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, oh, here we go. Look at this at the bottom of the deck. Someone's wearing a fake mask. Pay attention to the red flags, especially during this honeymoon phase or during the honeymoon phase you find yourselves in where the infatuation is running high. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. This is cuffing season. When the cuffing season is over, they're gone. That kind of thing. Be aware of that. Free yourself. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And once you take back control of your life, it will be safe for you to love again. Okay? Because then you'll know where your boundaries lie, and so will that other person. Okay. What else you need to know? We're going to go to the Moonology deck regarding singlehood and celibacy, but looking for romance, open to romance. Don't look for it, just be open to it. Because if you're looking for it, you're going to come off with a desperate air and you're going to attract the narcissistic types. And they are brutal, so you don't want that. Okay. Oops. This is under what you need to know. And I'm going to wrap it up with what you need to hear. Heal. Self-healing. You hear the phone? That is emphasis on self-healing. Whenever you hear the bells, whenever you hear the trucks or the cars backfire after a statement's been made, that's that extra boom by spirit. Spirits organize that for you to hear. That's like the light bulb going off, but much noisier, okay? So, what you need to know from the Moonology deck. Work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio, because many of you are afraid of being hurt again. Hold your vision of your perfect mate. They exist. They may not be perfect, but 80-20, and bring love into the situation. This is new moon of Aquarius. This kind of love is like the agape love, the humanitarian love, the win-win situation. Understand? This is not the, oh, I love you, love you, love you, love you. You just make me feel so real. This is a clear view, a clear look at the personality of the other. Does your personality and that person's personality match? Can you work with someone like this? Can you live with someone like this? Do you share the same goals? Do you have the same spiritual components? And that's another thing. See if you have the same spiritual components, spiritual goals first, then mental understandings. Then you get with the physical. As crazy as this may sound in the Western Hemisphere, the physical attraction is the last thing you use as an indicator of a potential mate, not the first. We're taught it's the first, and we are tantalized and tempted and seduced by what they look like, what they smell like, what they feel like. And that's the last thing, the very last thing that we all should be looking at in a partner. Because what they look like, smell like, and feel like, all that can change in 90 days or less. Yeah. And take this time to continue to heal. This is a time to heal, the balsamic moon. And on that note, we are going to move into the healing angel deck. And I'm going to pull the crystal deck to back it up. Okay. What is the message for the singles, single and celibate, looking for romance, open to romance? Single and celibate, open to romance. Okay, since this ran, look, folks, new love is coming. A new love is coming. So stop laying around the house. Take that shower, that bath. Put on your clothes. Put on that, fix that hair, put on that makeup, gentlemen, fix that beard. You trim that beard and mustache. If you have facial hair, get that hair done, braided, or whatever you do to yourself to groom yourself daily. Look like something juicy and nice every time you walk out that door. But before you even do that, make sure you look something like something juicy and nice and something that someone wants to take a bite out of while you're walking around that house or laying around that house watching Netflix all day. That's self-love. That's a part of it. Make yourself feel good first so that you can attract this. It's like a magnetic attraction. So we got new love coming anyway. So what am I getting ready to do here? Let's keep it going. And healing. Now, for some of you, this new love that's coming in is going to make you feel a lot better about yourself and will help you to heal. But you do not depend on that. You also do your own self-care, self-healing. That might be meditation. That might be taking a bubble bath. That might be going to the spa, well, having a home spa, playing romantic music, not those love and lost songs, but the hyped ones, balance. Balance yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. If you don't know how to do that, go to a YouTube video on chakra balancing and do it that way. Okay? Stay in your truth. Keep those boundaries up. You know what you want, do you? And you know what you do not want. And you be clear about it. One more. And have a good time. Have fun. Playfulness. Have fun. Don't be all serious about it. Just have a good time. And for God's sakes, don't talk about that last relationship. Not on the first date. Not when you first meet people. Nobody want to hear about that. When they ask, yeah, you can tell them he just up and left, or I came home one day and the furniture was gone. That's all I know. I've healed. And make sure they understand how you have healed from that and how you're ready to move on. You might even want to tell them how they healed. They may have gone through the same thing. You never know. People don't always discuss their most intimate experiences on the first date. No, you're supposed to have fun on the first date. If you don't do anything, have fun on the first date. Oh my God, my nose. Ooh. Also, at the bottom of the deck, I forgot this, listening. Some of you are clairaudient and will be getting downloads. Others of you, you're going to hear messages, maybe on the TV, maybe in a song, maybe overhearing a conversation. What you hear will be an answer to your question. Okay, let's see. What crystals will help you with this? Definitely rose quartz. You can wear it. You can sleep on it. Put it under your pillow. Get a rose quartz bracelet. Stick it in your pocket, your purse. Stick it closer to you than that. Keep it on your body. And these two fell out. Something called labradorite for imagination and iolite for freedom. That's how it's spelled. Okay. And I would add rose quartz. Ooh, they even say a ruby at the bottom of the deck. Find a ruby for excitement. Okay. Well, on that note, I do believe we've covered everything. Happy hunting. Much love.